Hi. If you are handling food, whether you are in a hotel, restaurant, bistro, cafe, food truck, it doesn't really matter. You probably use one of these. This is a cooling table from Royal Catering. One of the most useful things you can have because it combines a fridge with the workbench. So let me just tell you a few details about it. This particular model works with 207 watts, which is quite an odd number, but it works really well with this capacity, which is, by the way, 159 liters inside. The housing is made of stainless steel with a really cool finish to it. It looks really well. It will be nice to, easy to clean and maintain, because that's how stainless steel works. Of course, it's scratch resistant and heat resistant, not heat proof, please note. But I'll get to that in a second. Alright, so this particular cooling table has two doors. Each door has a nice grip to it on the top, so you can open it up. Let's open it outwards and have a look inside. Talking about the doors, of course, each door has a rubber magnetized seal, so when you close the door it will stay shut. Just please remember, these are not self-closing doors, so you have to remember to close it, which is actually quite a cool feature, because I find it always very, very annoying when I'm trying to take something out and I get hit with it all the whole time. So I'm a professional chef, I remember to close my fridge, so that's not a problem for me. All right. Inside you see two shelves. Each shelf is of course adjustable, doesn't matter, you can do it asymmetrically depending on the products you want to keep inside. It's a very simple rail system, so you have holes, two rails on each side, so you just adjust those rails, they click into that hole, and then just slide the grillage in. As you can see, there's some zip ties on it. That is actually for transport, that's how it comes out of the box, but this is something I can personally recommend to you as well. That's what I always do in my kitchen, because it sometimes happens that by accident this shelf will be dragged out or someone knocks it up and the whole shelf falls down with all the mise en place during service. It's not a cool thing at all. So I always secure those shelves with the zip ties. For cleaning purposes, I just cut the zip ties. They're cheap and they come in packs, but in hundreds, so that's not a problem at all. Just take them out, just clean the fridge, put them back on, put the zip ties back on, and the fridge is secured. All right. Also inside, very important feature, I cannot show it now to you, but there is a drain. So if you see condensation happening somewhere on the wall, on the bottom, you just unplug the drain and it will leak in the back of the fridge. So you just remember to put a container underneath the drain in the back. All right, let's close the doors and move to the controls. So the controls are on the bottom. Very simple. You have a main on and off switch, then you have a temperature regulation with a display, so you see the current temperature inside. To set the temperature, you just press the set button. When you see the C symbol for Celsius, of course, blinking, that's where you can change the value, moving up or down with the arrows on the right. In order to memorize it, you just press it 2 times and it's memorized. To see what temperature is being set on, just click once and you see it's 1.9 degrees Celsius. So that's the temperature the fridge is set on. And in a while it will reset and show you the current temperature. Of course, there's also the defrost button. So if you see something happening in the fridge or ice buildup, just press the manual defrost button, open the doors, and that will fix the problem. All right, so I did get a few questions of the internet being asked to this particular model or generally into fridges. So the first question is about the temperature range on this model, and it's 2 to 10 degrees. So that is perfect for any food items that you may want to keep inside. Also, a very important question is about how loud this device is. And it's 42 decibels. For anyone who doesn't know how much 42 decibels is, well, it's very quiet. All you have is the discrete humming noise in the background, and this is basically as loud as some of your countertop devices. Last but not least, a very important question is whether you can, or actually what you can do on the workbench. And let me tell you this from my perspective as a chef, the workbench on this on this cooling table, it is not a chopping board. I know I said it is scratch resistant, but you shouldn't be cutting on it, because otherwise you just do cuts in the steel. Knives are being really sharp and have a good steel on them, so you may scratch the surface. When you scratch the surface, it's not stainless anymore, so it may rust and corrode, so that's not really good. So always use chopping boards, but you can still do whatever you like. If it comes to putting something really heavy on it, remember, it is not indestructible, so having a 20-30 liter pot on it is not a problem at all. Anything more than 50-60 kilos, well, you have to be careful. There's other equipment to carry that load. Also, if it comes to temperatures, remember this is a fridge, this is an electrical device, so you shouldn't be putting anything really hot on the top. But from my experience, I know that if you put a hot stock pot on it, nothing will really happen. You may see the steel a little bit working, but it shouldn't be a problem. All right, so I hope I answered all your questions. I thank you guys very much for watching, and I see you next time.